esteemed guests and colleagues, welcome to the show. Please ensure your mobile phones are switched off or on silent. Thank you and enjoy. 皆様、こんにちは。携帯電話の電源のオフにしていただくか、マナモードにしていただきますようご案内申し上げます。
Okay, so for my master's, I'm researching the correlation between the high-pitched voice of Japanese speakers and possible notions of sexism in culture. I'm interviewing various Japanese women, including yourself. Thank you for your time. There's some water there, so should we just get started? Alright, cool. Alright, first question. Have you noticed this high-pitched voice in your life? I don't know what you mean. What high-pitched voice?
あの交差点でみんながもしスキップもしてもしあの街の真ん中で手をつないで空を見上げたらもしもこの街のどこかでチャンスが来たみたいななんだ長らくの早いよね名前の説明しかない
A change in attitude? Yeah, I think Japanese should change the attitude towards women, you know? I don't feel respected, you know how men are? For example, we cannot find a lot of bosses at company. Usually, the bosses are all men. So I think this is a kind of discrimination against the women. Women are not likely to go to upper position in the companies than men. So I think Japanese should judge women based on their skills rather than the gender in itself, and will help women stop trying to be friendly to gain sympathies. That's my opinion. Sometimes I am not satisfied with certain things, like I can't go to upper position. More boys are likely to upper positions than women, than girls. So I don't like the situation. So I have the ideas of a feminist. But I think it's better to speak in a higher pitch because it shows your interest to the speaker, it sounds friendly, and it sounds cuter. My voice, it tends to be higher than when I speak English. Sometime when I am working on TV show, I am using my lower pitch unconsciously. I don't know, maybe because I want to be heard like a smart person. But yeah, my boss and my colleagues, they say, oh, you're using your lower pitch. It's not really you. So yeah, sometimes my friend and my colleague may comment about my voice. When I was working at the hotel, uketsukejo, oh, what is that in English? Receptionist? Yeah, receptionist. I am having to use my higher pitch and I really hated it. My understanding of feminism is it's not allowed to speak about the feminism in Japan. But yes, I am a feminist. Though I don't know it is suitable to live in Japan as a feminist. Like here in Japan, how can I say? It's very difficult, you know, like women who's like working in a company and they want to like start a family and have babies. And then, you know, they go on maternity leave. And then when they return back to that company, they've lost their position simply because they didn't work for a couple of months, which for me is unfair. My voice? Yeah, it changes a little bit. Like, you know, like you try to copy those cute voices that you've heard in Japanese when you're talking to your friends, or if it's related to work. Yeah, I do that sometimes. I guess it's just kind of, you know, kind of annoying that like women who's working in Akihabara, you know, places with lots of tourists, Shinjuku, Ikebukuro, that in order to attract the customer, they're having to use the high-pitched voice because that is what is perceived as cute. Or if you go to a maid cafe, you know, the maids working there, they're all having to behave like this. It's so annoying. Why do they have to talk like that? Why can't they use their own normal voice? Yes, of course I have heard, noticed this high pitch in my life, in time. I hear women speak with high pitch when they call a phone. And I also heard, may I help you? In Japanese, we say, irashaimase, especially for clothes shopping in Japan. And I also hear pitch, high voices with women who speaks with men whom they love and want to get a relationship in love.
5番線ドアが閉まります。ご注意ください。
Actually, I don't prefer that high pitch voice. You know, in Japan, we have some community for the parents. When I was a kid, junior high school student, the parents should discuss about the education. And when they do that, they are not close. They are not friends with teacher. So they pretend to be really good, like, oh, my son and my daughter is so good. When they do that, they are using the high pitch. Because when we use this high pitch in Japan, it gave us a really good impression. It's so awkward. Actually, my voice is not so high as a Japanese. Like many people say, oh, you know, to be cute, like boys like you, you have to have high pitch, but I don't really have this high pitch voice, so. But I guess nobody notices in abroad. For attention or interest, you need to pretend to be like buriko. Buriko means girls intend to be cute, like pretend to be cute, like, oishii! Like if I say, oishii! Say with the high-pitched voice to seem cute, otherwise you scare guys away. In my opinion, I prefer the Western culture because when I was in Australia, I could feel like I'm just a person. It doesn't matter that I'm a woman. It's getting better, but in Japan, I feel like I'm just a woman. The focus is on that too much. Actually, I feel inferior to be a woman in Japan compared to men, mostly in work. Can you give some examples of where you've heard women using this high-pitched voice? I realize that Japanese tend to use high-pitched voice more than foreign people, and it's affected by animes, you know? Young girls are watching these animes, then they try to copy that voice when they talk with their friends, so it affects our way of speaking. The female announcers, they definitely use the high-pitched voice, and celebrity, female celebrity, also Lucky Star anime, all the characters are using high-pitched voice and they're very popular in Japanese, especially amongst men. Like some drama I've seen, like especially, you know, romance drama, they're all using that high voice for the cute characters. And shoujo anime aimed at young girls that I've seen, Cardcaptor Sakura, Pokemon, Kami-sama, like that. They're all using the high voice with cute characters. In the cosmetic store, it's so awkward because they pretend to be like really good salesperson, but it's not the natural voice, they fake it. For example, news commentator, announcer on TV, hotel, people working in hotel, and cabin attendant. They train their behavior and their voice for their jobs, I think. Oh, and the anime Doraemon, the girl's name is Mikigawa-san, and she likes Mr. Hanawa. And when she speaks with her friend, she behaves all normal. But when she speaks with Hanawa-kun, her behavior changes very feminine and speak in a very, very high-pitched voice.
あの交差点でみんながもしスキップをしてもしあの街の真ん中で手をつないで空を見上げたら先輩、今夜の下着どっちがいいですか？のだめはいつもパンツは紐って決めてるんですけど先輩の好みで今夜はこっちの
いいからとっとと寝ろ
That a woman, a girl, who was assaulted in front of her home had to apologize like that No matter who you think is behind it, it's insane that the victim has to apologize.
この度はたくさんお騒がせしてしまって誠に申し訳ありません。ビタミン C 誘導体がたっぷり入ってございますので、お待たせいたしました。ありがとうございました。ビタミン C 誘導体がお肌に
みんな嘘つきばっかりや。京都の名物も世界の名物もみんな嘘や。お金で買われるのは上手な人は出世して、下手なのにうちみたいにボイコットされるんやないか。もう嫌や。体を売らんと生活できんのやったら、うち舞子やめる。姉ちゃんも芸者やめたい。なんで可愛いな。それ私に。
こんばんは。この頃はテラスハウスは見ず知らずの男女6人が共同生活する様子をただただ記録したものです。用意したのは素敵なお家と素敵な車だけです。台本は一切ございません。はい。
高いわね。
やっぱり風邪でしょうか。
もう4時間目も終わったし、早くお家で休んだ方がいいわ。
でも、ポスターなら私たちで何とかします。けど。Beauty of my best place. My name is a suitcase. I played you in a cruise chase. Pretty hard to tropic girl.
A member of AKB48, it's a J-pop group in Japan, has made a teary-eyed apology because of the fact that she's a 20-year-old and she had the audacity to have relations with a man.
青春で電話過ごしてきた大好きなメンバーがいる。そして温かいファンの皆様が AKB48 を始めることはお金もらってないでしょ。痛い？
Perhaps women are made to speak like innocent youth children, to gain popularity amongst men, admitting their inferiority to men. A lioness may do the same. Changing such a social structure has to come from women. Also, some Japanese women may feel happy to be dependent of men because her security is paid for. Some Japanese female may use this voice deliberately to achieve their goals, which is good for her. The voice reflects one's state of mind, directly working with the nervous system. For example, when I feel uncomfortable, my voice likely goes shallow and high, tightness around the throat, and not so connected or grounding in the body, I guess. We Japanese are perhaps more aware of ki, vital energy, than the Western culture. Voice very much reflects one's ki if a person is in good health and submissive in this context. Female Japanese high-pitched kawaii voice perhaps reflects a male's idealized version of a woman, one who is young, healthy, uplifting, bright nature, to produce his good offspring, and also pose no threat to him, submissive and subservient, innocent and naive. And he may see this as love. And traditionally Japanese women have been tamed or educated to achieve this femininity as a virtue in male-domineering society. Also, some Japanese women may infantilize Japanese men through taking the role of the mother. I think this is not only in Japanese society. The society is changing, however, traditional ideas still deeply rooted in Japanese culture. One sense I was lucky to be educated in my formative years in the girls-only school through the age of 13 till 20. I have learned to be myself and to take a responsibility for it through my school ethos. In Japan, I mainly worked as a dancer and genders there were more equal. Men and women are different biologically and mentally. We should contribute each other's attributes to create a better society, to be the self and to be kind to others.